Hello everyone, I'm Denise with Spiritual Growth Tarot, and I am here to do a reading for us for August 30th, Sunday. And so, as always, aligning with the laws of love, how can we best use the energy for the day in a way that helps us to spiritually grow? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wonderful. Okay. So we have the Five of Pentacles, Judgment, Ten of Swords. Ooh, that's a good combo there, actually. Four of Wands, and Justice. Interesting. Yeah, we had Justice in our reading yesterday. Okay, so the reason I'm saying that this is a good card to follow these is because if we look at this as being the overarching theme for the day, we're walking away from something in the past that's been painful and no longer serves us. Like, we're done. It's like, put a fork in me, I'm done kind of energy. And it's good for us to walk away and to walk towards the light and to let that go and to know that, the light is guiding our feet, guiding our being, our body, all of, every bit of who we are. And what we're walking away from, I believe, is poverty consciousness, is feeling any type of less than or not good enough, or we don't have what we need, or what it takes, we don't matter. All of those false beliefs that are attacks on our self-esteem and our self-worth need to be walked away from. Our self-judgment, our self-incrimination, our false need to be perfect. That's what we need to walk away from in order to move forward and to return home to who we really are in spirit. That is exactly what we need to do. So we're the only ones that have the key, to go in that door, and through over the threshold, through the precipice of that doorway, is us honoring our inner light. Instead of looking at ourselves as being small and like we just don't have what it takes, anything like that, any lack. Because once we get inside the truth of it, we can have this rebirth and walk away from this vicious circle. Inside of the feeling that there's not enough, if we stay there, that's what we create. We create not enough. So as much as we can go towards having more than enough, then we're aligned with the laws of justice, which will always mirror back to us what's going on inside. So to put it simply, that's the best way to spiritually grow for this day. Now, if it's something on just the pure mundane level, it can be a little bit of a challenge in, like, somebody doesn't give you what you need or doesn't help you, and there's some outside judgment, and then because of that it's very painful and you have to walk away from them because you're done. You're done. You can't put up with that anymore. But in that walking away from them, you open up to another group, a bigger group, something that brings you a lot of happiness, because sometimes this can be a breakdown of communication with this card, and of course you would walk away from that. This card could be showing the reason of the walking away, but so could these two as well. If the judgment were in an inverted meaning, it would have to do with self-doubt, and it could have to do with a refusal, to go within and look for the reasons for these feelings. And it could definitely have to do with, childhood wounding that shows up and reminds you that, oh yeah, my mom always made me feel like, I have to eat every single little thing on my plate, and just the the poverty consciousness, that because we've been through the terrible times in many lifetimes over and over again. We have, as human beings, lived through amazing challenges. But now sometimes this card can be it can indicate the recovery of some type of a loss, and especially a financial loss. But most of all, it's to walk away from any insecurities, walk away from worrying about your finances. That's, I think, the major meaning there. And then again, back to the Four of Wands. This is like your true home. It's who you really are. It's invitations. It's celebrations, ceremonies, any type of events, and it can be really, really happy, a really happy time after getting through this. So go for this. Go for returning home to yourself and knowing who you really are, and let go of any self-judgment or insecurity as much as you can. But of course, we always have to go into the feelings and clear them out before we can get to that clear place where we can walk away from it. So let yourself feel whatever you need to feel, and then know that you'll have a clearer, mirror to yourself. You will have balanced out some of your soul substance that had been tied up in the past. And then this may very well be past lifetimes as well. But yeah, it's nice to be in that clear place when you can not judge yourself for what you don't have. Like if you don't have a lot of money, that doesn't mean anything. That has nothing to do with your worthiness. That has nothing to do with your self-value. And but it can be that if you have some self-esteem issues, that it's life is mirroring back to you what you do need to work on, because these two are bookends here, so you have to read them together. You can read these two together as well. And this is very, very, very much a rebirthing energy. The Judgment card is beautiful for an inner calling and honoring your call. And, just a clearing out of the old, clearing this out. So those are beautiful cards, actually, even though this one looks challenging. And if we were using the traditional Rider-Waite, it would look even bloodier and worse. But that's why I actually prefer this deck, for those reasons. Or for that reason. And especially because it shows her up and walking away, because that's what happens after a really painful ending. And it's like, yeah, you have to go through it, but then you do get up and okay, well, at least it's done now, and now I know. It's like that. And you have to move on. We always have to move on. So yeah, honor your inner call and see your inner beauty. See your inner beauty and your love and your truth and your, everything that's good within you. See it all. Okay, well, thank you so much, and I'll be back for Mondays. Okay, take care.